What is going on, y'all? It's your girl, CandyC, and you are in the place to be. Welcome back for episode 4 of my basic training experience. Now, I know you see that my background's a little bit different because I am technically on vacation. So I just want to do a quick video just to sum up my time in reception. If you missed any of the previous episodes of my experience in basic training, make sure you check out my videos and catch episode 1, 2, and 3. So I just want to sum up my the initial phase of going to reception before I actually got on the bus to go to basic training. So this is going to be kind of a short video because I am on vacation and I don't want to take up too much of your time. And I also want to make sure that I am enjoying my vacation as well. So, towards the end of reception is when we were preparing to get our shots. So they brought us into like this big auditorium and everybody was assigned a number. Everybody's number was a different color. Some people had letters after their number and we were all confused, like, what does this number mean? And all they tell us was get in line, take the pills that we're going to give you, and pretty much go to the next station so that you can get your shots. Nobody knew what the shots were. Everybody had a piece of paper that pretty much outlined what shots they were going to get, but it didn't really say the name of the shot. So we're all comparing papers, like, what is this? What is going on? And before, they had something what was called the peanut butter shot, where they give you shots in your butt. So I was like really nervous that, you know, this was going to go down, but they already assured us that, okay, we don't do the peanut butter shot no more. So I was good, but it still was like in the back of my mind, like, well, what if they brought it back this year? What if, you know, something's new and they're going to do it again? So we all are lined up and they call a certain group of people. I don't even know how they categorize it, but they call a certain group of people and those people go down, they take their pills, and then they go sit down until they're ready to be called for the shots. So we go down and take the pills. It's about 2 or 3 pills. And still to this point, they don't tell us what the pills are for. They just tell us that we need it. And they already explained, we already know who has an allergy to certain medications, and we altered, you know, certain things based on that. So don't worry about if you have an allergy or not because we already checked. So I'm like, some people were saying that the pills were to stop any type of sensations you may have, or, you know, to make sure that you're not horny during basic training. I don't know how true that was, but that's what the rumor was. So we all lined up, walked down, we grabbed the little cup of pills, we put the pills in our mouth, they gave us a cup of water, we drank it, and then we had to show them that our mouth was empty, and then we had to go back to our seat. So we did that. Next, they said, okay, the next station is your shots. So everybody's lined up, and it's like, when I walked past the room, I saw the nurses or whoever was administering the shots. It was like, next, they give you needles. Next, the next person, so the first person would give you a needle in this arm, and then you walk a little bit of ways, and then the next person would give you a needle in this arm. But some people were getting 2 needles here, 1 needle here. Some people didn't have to get shots at all. Some people had to get extra shots depending on, I don't know, where they were coming from. So I'm like, yo, what are they putting into our bodies? What are these shots for? Because I thought I was up to date on all my shots. So people were like, watch them be putting some type of microchip in our body, and we think there's some type of medication, but it's really them putting a microchip so that they can track us and da-da-da-da. So I have a fear of needles. It's not to the point where I'll pass out or anything like that, but I have a fear of needles. So we wait in line literally about I actually waited for about an hour until it was my turn, because it was a whole lot of people going through the rotations. So it took about an hour, and I get there, and the lady was like, "Are you ready?" I was like, "No." She didn't care that I said no. As soon as I said no, she stuck the needle right in my arm. So I was like, "Ugh." So I go to the next person. They didn't even ask me if I was ready. They just, so I was like, "Ugh." And then they just put a Band-Aid on it, and you go about your way. But if you're not bleeding, they're not going to put a Band-Aid on it. So that was really different for me, because the whole time, and this is before COVID, I don't know what they do now, but the whole time I'm thinking, are those needles clean? Where those needles even come from? I didn't even see you take that needle out of a bag. So I'm supposed to just trust all these decision-making processes. I'm supposed to just trust that y'all are doing your due diligence and these needles are sterile, and I'm supposed to trust that. But actually the next day, I remember the next day I started to feel sick, like I had a cold or something. And I don't know if it was a result of the shots, but I had a sore throat and a stuffy nose. It only lasted one day. But so yeah, I just wanted to pretty much sum up reception as a whole. It was a whole bunch of hurry up and wait. It was a whole bunch of me falling asleep, standing up. Anytime we had to take a bus somewhere, I fall asleep. Those 2 minutes of sleep felt like a lifetime. It was so refreshing. I took a 2-minute nap anytime that I could, and I would wake up like, whew, I'm ready for the next hour. Like I'm Gucci, I'm good. So, you know, every day I was able to talk to my husband and talk to my children and make phone calls, FaceTime. We didn't do a lot of physical activity, only when we got smoked. There were people, I found out why there were people there on crutches. The people on crutches were people that hurt themselves in basic training, and then they had to like cycle through reception so that they can be a holdover or be recycled to go back to basic training once they got better. Initially, I thought they were on crutches from something that they did at reception, but it was the basic training people. So I was able to talk to a couple people that were recycled, that already kind of went through like the beginning part of basic training, and they gave me, you know, some stories about how you're going to go through different phases, and you have to be able to pass each phase as a platoon. And if one person messes up, everybody messes up, and everybody could get restarted to another phase. And I mean, they were just telling me like a lot of different things. But in reception, the drill sergeants were pretty cool, because they actually gave us like some pointers on how to progress through basic training, or how to be successful, and the do's and don'ts of, you know, once you go to training, what you should say, what you shouldn't say, things of that nature. Already at the end of reception, I was being called mom. So I would say something to somebody. I'm like, look, why are you walking around here barefoot? You better put your shower shoes on. They were like, yes, mom. Or I'll say, hey, don't be sharing combs. That's nasty. And they were like, oh, yes, mom. Like, and it wasn't even on purpose. It just came out of me. It was like I was just a natural, I don't know, I guess in the soldier sense, I was a natural leader. But I just had like that natural mother instinct to correct somebody when I saw that they were doing something that was wrong. So, you know, reception was about a week, and I didn't have any problems with people. Other people had problems with people. There were fights that broke out in the female bay. We heard of some fights that broke out in the male bay. And it's just difference of opinions people have, and, you know, females being protective of other females already. And if you say something sideways to another female, then they get upset. And, you know, it's just little stuff. We could be in line trying to go to the DFAC to eat breakfast or to eat lunch, and someone tells somebody, hey, hurry up, walk up, or somebody just says, shh. That happened a lot. Because if you get caught talking while you're in line, we all getting smoked and nobody gonna eat. So if someone's talking and another person shushes them, then they get all butthurt. It's like, what you getting mad for? Like, we're trying to help you out. But you know what? Go ahead and keep talking, and then we all gonna get smoked, and then you gonna be mad then. So it's like, nobody liked the word shh. So if I heard somebody talking, because I don't like when anybody shushes me, but if I heard somebody talking, I'll just say, hey, you know we're gonna get smoked if you keep talking. Instead of just shh, 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 shh. Like, nobody, shh, shh, shh. Like, who wants to hear that? Shh, that's rude. Shh. So, it's just about using your words and using them properly. I think that was the main thing, was the communication barrier. Nobody liked to be talked a certain way. So, you know, once reception was over, we had all of our gear. One time we went to the shopette to get our toiletries and stuff, and they told us not to talk. And somebody said something during the process, and they made everybody that was in the store hold up their duffel bags on the top of their head and finish shopping. Like, we got this awkward duffel bag, heavy, and we hold it above our head. We have like a handheld basket of toiletries or toiletries in our hand, and we're trying to hold that. They don't care, and go ahead and drop it if you want to. But I'm like, what's the worst you gonna do? Like, if I physically cannot hold this bag over my head any longer and it falls to the floor, what are you gonna do? The worst you're gonna do is what? Smoke me? That's fine, smoke me. I wanna lose 5 pounds anyway. Like, that's the worst you're gonna do. You can't put your hands on me. So a lot of the stuff that the drill sergeants were doing and saying, it wasn't fazing me. But other people, they were like crying, wishing they can go home. And I'm like, dang, like, we haven't even gotten on the bus to go to actual training yet. We haven't even gotten on the bus, and people crying, people falling out, people passing out, people throwing up, people getting sick, people having a hard time, people getting frustrated. Like, oh, what is basic training gonna be like? So the day came, and I know all y'all seen these videos where when you get on the bus to go to training, that's when all hell breaks loose. That's when the drill sergeants are really in your face. That's when they push you. That's when they not physically push you, but mentally push you, emotionally push you. That's when they break you down to the lowest level, only so that they can build you back up. So the day came where it was time to go to training. This means no more cell phones. No more having a good time and you know, having conversations late at night with your bunk mates. No more of that. After we eat breakfast, they broke us up into different groups to get on the bus. The moment I got on that bus, I sat by this chick who was crying, scared as to what was going to happen next, because the drill sergeants were yelling at us to get on the bus. And these were a whole different group of drill sergeants. These were the drill sergeants that were going to be at basic training with us. They came to pick us up. So they're yelling at you, get on the bus, look down, don't look at me, da-da-da-da-da. And you sit down in your seat and they say, do not look out the window, put your head in your lap. Dang, I just looked at the time. So, look, on Monday, we're going to talk about the day that I arrived to the training site, to the place that I was going to be for the next couple months. And looking back, I don't regret anything. While I was there, I was like, dang. Yep. This is what I signed up for, so I might as well toughen it up. So, I appreciate you rocking with your girl, CandyC. I'm going to see you on Monday at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, PM. So, talk to you then. Bye.